And we're back with Going Corn, episode number, I think, whatever it is, 12, 11.
It's 11.
11.
It's 11.
Anyway. 11, second episode of the week. We got a special guest on today. We don't care about Caleb because he's Caleb, but let me introduce our special guest broadcasting live from the Wheelhouse headquarters. Jim Tucker, how are we doing tonight, bud?
Oh, life is good, Greg. Caleb, thanks for having me on. I inquired about hopping on Sunday, a little late, but glad we could work it out.
I'm glad you responded.
Tell the viewers, Jim, who got you on here.
Tell the viewers what?
Who got you on here?
Caleb Yonkman.
Oh, yeah. They're broken up again.
Don't skip me. We wouldn't have Jim otherwise.
Okay. Cool.
That's true.
How?
Interesting.
Point.
So,
thanks, Caleb.
This is episode number 2 of Death Week, the famous Death Week. It's only happened once, but sure, why not? So we're going to jump right into it, look at the scores from Monday, and preview tomorrow's scores and talk about lots of other stuff. So, all right. So 6 o'clock games. Sluggers over Narwhals 14-3. Crocs over Bashers 7-0. Liners 10-4 over the Vultures. Sliders over the Bombers 7-3. And then the Scrappin' Turtles take their give the first loss of the year to the Barnstormers 3-0. And the Maniacs win 1-0 on what I hear to be a controversial play from Jared Youngman. I guess we can get into that later, but Jim, why don't you give us the 7 o'clock games?
Sure thing. The Maniacs beat the Badgers by a score of 4-2 on Minute Maid. My beloved Barnstormers got off the schneid and beat the Scrappin' Turtles 2-0. The Corn Bombers beat the backdoor, not the front door Sliders, 2-1. The Lake County Liners
front door Sliders.
The Lake County Liners thumped the Vultures 11-6. Clay Street Crocs stole one against the Big Unit Bashers 1-0.
On a walk-off.
The Squint Sluggers beat the Noble. They played the Narwhals.
There we go.
There we go.
So, anyway, thoughts. That the Barnstormers lost the game. We talked about it off air a little bit. Just didn't have the full pitching that you normally get with zeros, but
yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun playing on the corn shed, breaking in the new field. Shout out to Kyle Gagliardi getting the first strikeout in corn shed field history. The turtle, do not sleep on the Turtles. They can play.
It's crazy to me. I don't understand that, but
is it the Turtles or is it Robbie Zanstra?
No, I mean Matt can hit. And they were perfect. They did a great job on that field because you didn't have to gas it up, even though Robbie threw 1,000% on every pitch as he always does. But right. Just put the ball in play. And in that first game, we lost 3-0. They were able to find some holes and put the pressure on us defensively, and keep the train going. So hats off to them. They played well and kind of woke us up a little bit. So
there you go. The Bombers and Sliders splitting was a big kind of deal. I mean, I kind of predicted the Bombers to sweep that series just because they had some momentum going, but I guess the Sliders played pretty well. Alec kind of, from what I heard, played pretty well. Let's see how he did in that first game, but I mean, 7-3 over them. Alec was 4 for 6. Had 3 home runs, and he did give up 3 runs, though. He was the only one that gave up runs on the team. Alex Clark, the super fan, making his season debut, didn't give up any runs in the first game.
There you go.
So that's so keeping it close for the Narwhals to move ahead. Only got to win two series. Only got to sweep 2 series.
If you're the Badgers, is it time to pack it up? Just call it a year. Maybe shave off some salary, tank a little bit. Is it time? I don't know.
It's tough. It's a tough year for the Badgers. And I heard that the only reason they lost was it was a single by Kevin. And for some reason, Jared decided to throw it, and it just went into center field, and Kevin came all the way around and scored, and they won 1-0. Thoughts on that?
I didn't see the play, so
That's what Vogus told me. He said that, it was a single by Kevin, and I guess he had rounded the base or something like that, and Jared tried to throw it and went into center field and cost him the game. So,
well, that doesn't concern me as much as it does is his salary being $25. Either way, is it time to pack it up?
yeah, I mean,
Is it time to just call it? And it's been a good year. Had some fun. Time to save some salary for next year. Maybe get a better team.
I don't know. Because, I mean,
James?
Well, at 3-9, they're in the thick of the death bracket there. It's one of those things where it's like, if you win the death bracket, you got to play the 1 seed, right?
Correct.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're at 3-9.
3
Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough one. I know Jared's a competitor. I know Marty's a competitor. I know they're not gonna pack it in.
I don't know that.
I mean,
So question though, is the number 1 seed like really important then? Like, is that the most important seed for like the Barnstormers, Liners, and Crocs? Like, that's like a 3-team kind of race there, and the Crocs and Liners play this week or tomorrow. So is that?
I'm trying to be whatever seed matches up with the Turtles.
So you're trying to be the 4 seed then?
I don't care what that is. Whatever that, I'll take a look with 2 weeks left and see what I need to do.
So
I don't want to play the Bombers coming out of the death bracket because they'll come out of the death bracket. I don't want to play them. And I either want to play the Turtles or the Vultures. The Vultures without Deal are ass. They're bad.
Yeah, and that's why we decided to lose that first game last week. Just to make sure we got that 2 seed locked up.
No, that's all right. We'll lose 2 to the Crocs this week, so we'll beat them. So
yeah,
that'll be good.
See.
Well, I mean, a lot of those top teams, it's the 4 right now is Maniacs at 8-4, and then 5, 6, and 7 are all tied at 7-5, which are the Turtles, Sluggers, and Vultures. So I guess that's by run differential or something. I don't know how that's worked, or it's by like owner ranking or something. I can't exactly remember, but
it's by ranking. No,
yeah.
without Dave, you got to give Dave Buchik some help.
Yeah.
For crying out loud. I mean, the dude produced almost, I think, all of their runs in the games we lost. Garrett didn't do shit from the plate. Quinn struck out probably a good 8 times off of slow pitching. And Ethan B's hold, you could have put it up on a tee. We could have hit it out of the park on him. So you got to give Dave some help. He was really their only productive player. I think Garrett pitched well. Garrett gave up 4 runs.
Oof.
So without
that's gonna be tough to.
They're 1-6. They're 1-5 since they lost Deal.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, it's the rest of their players. I mean, it's not Deal so much as just the fact that they haven't been playing well. Garrett can't be giving up runs as a 1, and Buzik is not anywhere near what he has been.
No, I disagree with that take.
Yeah.
I disagree with that take because they're all Garrett's less than 30 cents below his playing average.
Okay.
Dave's still $17 ahead of his total. Quinn is only $5 less, and Luke is $4 more. Losing Deal was what the kill. You killed the Vultures. How does that feel? Thoughts?
I don't care.
You killed them.
Cool.
You ended the Vultures.
Sure. I mean, if you want to, I don't agree with you. That's why I'm saying that. I mean, I don't agree that because even if you asked Quinn, I mean, the thing is, Quinn was playing at his salary or just a little bit above, so it's $6 hit, and Buzik not being the MVP candidate that he was in the first 3-4 weeks. I mean, yeah,
So
deal
you're
with
gonna
it,
tell
just
me.
home
You're gonna
runs,
tell
but
me.
he's giving up some runs too.
You're gonna tell me that switching out Chris Deal for Ethan Beeshold doesn't directly hurt the Vultures' chances of winning games.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it's the reason they lost.
I do 100%. You ruined the Vultures. You did a good job. That's called league manipulation. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
So, any other thoughts from the games on Monday?
How about the Clay Street Crocs winning on a walk-off against the Bashers? Caleb was very close to giving up his spot at Nationals, I think. Didn't he say if the Crocs won a game that
Yeah.
yeah.
I was serious.
So,
Or
I
if
was
they
serious.
lost the game?
yeah,
I
I
already had a
was
pen offer from Hillsdale, so I had an option.
I was rooting for the Crocs in that one. I didn't want to see how that shook out, but T-Walk played well though. I'll give you that. He was out. They let him out of the basement, so.
That's true. I mean, interesting enough that the 1 week we play them, they'll have Matt Kuna this week. Tell me how that works.
Well, you know.
Interesting that his availability all of a sudden becomes crystal clear when he plays the Liners. Coincidence.
I like it.
I love it.
The
It's
Clay
great.
Street Kunas.
All right.
So
That's all right. I'm glad Jackson's bringing and Ryan are bringing new people to the league, but they're
even if it is for
collusion.
1 week.
Yeah, we'll never see Kuna again, but we'll see him against the Liners.
It's all that matters.
Just like when
On
I'm
the
playing
corn
basketball. On the corn shed. Yeah, that's right.
A Liners Croc matchup on the corn shed. That's going to be interesting.
The a great series to watch that no one will see.
No, not a soul.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ian Garabalia.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Please, no, let's
Let's
not.
talk about Ian. What thoughts on his debut?
Yeah, Greg.
Not good.
Not good.
Not.
Really?
Do you see any potential?
Yeah, I do, but not good debut.
I will tell you, he was literally nervous.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm telling. He takes it so seriously.
I think he was pushing too hard. I think that was his issue.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a team from Couts entering the wiffle ball championship.
No way.
Yeah,
Hometown days.
Really?
There's five kids from Couts High School that'll be entering. So
You've got to tell them to come hit us up.
I will. I might be assembling my own team. Greg, thoughts?
Hell
You got a
yeah.
spot?
I'll be out of town that week.
Hell yeah.
But,
Caleb, are you playing in that?
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
with the
They
Mad.
expect to win it.
Oh, I don't like that.
We
All
have
right,
Wesley this year.
I'm gonna call Kuna.
The potential
Oh,
I see
Kuna.
for Ian. The potential I see for Ian is in a Liners uniform. Greg, thoughts?
No, he's gonna be too much for you, and you'll have to drop Jeff Morkowski. So
Who do you play this week?
he's not playing tomorrow. So
Who do you play the week after that?
you have to ask. It's a loan thing, so I don't know. The other guy who he's on loan from is on this call currently, so you can ask him.
He's got to play.
I'll ask the front door sliders. Our series, Pete Kreifeld has potential to be really good. I mean, really good.
Yep.
He hit for power. He figures out all of a sudden how to throw a straight fastball, and he pipes three right down the gut to Dave Buchik. He can field. He made some great plays in the field.
Yeah, he's always been a good fielder. Like
This was actually his first wiffle ball experience in general. This was the first time he's played competitive wiffle ball, and he's $26. So,
not bad.
I'm gonna enjoy having him for 2 more games, and then wish him well to whatever franchise he gets shipped off to, because there ain't no way in hell he's staying a Liner. Confirmed.
Yeah.
So before we move on to next week, I still have a few more things I want to talk about. First, I want to know from the manager himself, because I'm a huge culture guy. I think I've created one in the Liners organization that cultivates winning. I want to hear from the master himself, because I've said this on multiple occasions. that if I ever had my choice of first base coach for any type of athletic ball playing setting, I would have Jim Tucker at first. Coach, talk to me about the Barnstormers clubhouse right now. What's going on that's making things so nice? Talk to me about it.
In building the team, I thought for every day up to the draft that I would be drafting Vogus. Thanks, Gags. Or thanks, Buzz. And when I actually found out that he was going to take Vogus, I took Gags first. And in regards to my team build, it's kind of like Mario, in Super Smash Brothers. He's kind of like the balanced all around kind of guy,
Right.
And that's what I wanted, something that we could pitch ourselves to some wins and hit ourselves to some wins and, let them play. And we want to have fun, but I think all four of us think we have a good team. And I don't think we ever feel that we're like down and out, and
I get that sense.
Yeah, when we face adversity, it's a carelessness about it that we could lose, but hey, let's see if we can screw around and win too, And we talked last week about trying to bring that urgency. I try to have one or two talking points a week from a little bit of a coachy standpoint. I don't know if it does anything. I don't know if it helps anything, but it helps me feel better going into the week. And last week, I slipped up. We didn't play with urgency in the first game, and we didn't have a good sense of how the field was going to play early on, and you give up a couple runs early, and in those conditions, there was 5 runs scored in 2 games. So I take the blame for that first loss because I don't think any of us stressed urgency enough. But in regards to culture, it's just let's just try to compete and keep it simple, 1 inning at a time, 1 at a time. And, there's 4 good dudes. There's 4 good people on the team. So like, I don't have to worry about someone flipping off the handle, or managing attitudes or anything like that. You have 4 good people. And I think that helps too. So,
And I'll say this. I look at I know Gags. Me and him managed the Rippers together. I don't know Feldy that well. I know Austin Warner better than most. He was on the 2016 Liners team that was 18-2 going into the playoffs, and then we ended up losing to a really good Bombers team that year that ended up winning it all. Austin Warner, and I've said this to people, you may not look at his bat. I mean, he's a below average bat. It's he knows it, and I'm not afraid to say it. But Austin has the ability to be a thermometer and a thermostat, right, for you. There were times, even when I was playing with Austin, that, maybe I wasn't feeling it, or I maybe had a tough day at work, or I had something else going on. He's not a, aggressively vocal guy, but him being a coach, too, he's very good at reading a moment and knowing the right thing to say. And I think a lot of times people take those kind of guys for granted. Because he knew when to give me a nice kick in the ass and be like, you're being a puss. Let's get it going. And he knew when to put his arm around my shoulder and say, hey, we're going to get through this. It's all going to be good. And as a 4 and somebody that can consistently throw strikes, you when you think about 4s in the league, you're always looking at it like, just don't hurt me, right? But with Warner, he can legitimately take from a culture perspective your team and make it his own and be able to buy in beautifully. And that's why I think he's only sitting at $29, which for a 4 is excellent, but I think his value is so much bigger than that. I mean, have you seen that?
Yeah, I mean, he's just steady, if he makes a mistake, if he has some success, you're going to get the same guy. And it's important, I've liked, there's been talk about our schedule and stuff and who we've played, but I like being in tight games and facing some adversity and knowing that there's 4 guys that aren't going to mail it in.
Right.
And Austin's certainly one of those guys,
Right. Absolutely. Greg, what have you seen from the Stormers kind of with what we're talking about?
Oh, you done now?
Yeah, I am.
Gosh, this has
Hey,
been
Greg.
Snorefest. Wow.
Snorefest.
Anyway.
This is content.
We're getting
No,
into it.
okay. Whatever. I mean, your thoughts on being ranked 10th before the season and saying you have no true person that could take over the game for you.
I would agree with that again, but that goes back to our team build. When I knew I had Gags and I knew I could scoop up Feldy, I knew we didn't have a superstar, and me being the manager, I don't know that there's, I don't know how many superstars there are out there. I think it was an accurate assessment. So yeah, but I think slow and steady can win the race. So we'll see.
No, I
Well,
agree with that.
We just got
Go ahead.
if we play the Liners, we just have to throw strikes to Caleb, get him out of a
mean,
slow pitch count, and
True.
See.
11-1 though is not really a slow start. That's not really slow and steady. That's
Well, again, I don't know that we haven't seen from a record standpoint, haven't seen any of the top teams in the league. So we'll see who we really are in the. I like our schedule. We did what we had to do against the bottom teams, and now we're gonna. I mean, if we split every way, we're 15-5. So I'd be happy with that. If we sweep the Liners, we'll be 16-4 and split if we split everything else. So
ooh.
I like that.
That's
BDE right there.
We playing the Liners, the Crocs, those types of teams towards the end of the season. I think it's going to give us a pretty realistic view of what we're going to go up against, because I mean, when the team you play in week 1, 10 weeks later, 2.5 months later, could be completely different. So I like
100%.
that we're going to see some of those tougher teams towards the end and have a real idea of what we're going to have to do too. So I don't care about owners rankings. I don't care about what anyone says. Any kind of stuff like that, power rankings, and whatever. Right. We're trying to play well and see what we can do here at the end of the season.
Yep. No, absolutely. And I mean, I look at what's been successful and what's worked in Leroy. Like, I look at the difference between the top and the bottom, and I mean, there's a few common themes, but like your message of consistency is how to win, right? Like, I look at the Bombers, I look at the Sliders. Look at your team. Every single guy on your roster is giving up runs, right? It's not like any of you have a 0 ERA or a below even 1 ERA. But when things aren't going well or you're giving up runs, are you blowing up or are you keeping the damage at 1-2, right? And that's where you look at some of those bottom teams, like even the Maniacs when they've lost games. It was the innings where John Enningenberg gives up 8, or the Badgers where you got Elijah gives up 7 or 8, or Jared gives up 6, right? Like, if everybody does their job and keeps damage low, and then you guys just string a few runs together, 5, 6, 7, right in that ballpark, you're going to be in every single game you play. And I think that's just the difference right now with what you guys are doing and, some other teams at more of the bottom of the list. So, no, I agree with you. So.
Hey, Greg.
Hi, hello. Okay. So, anyway, let's call that a session on the front end here.
We can call that's we can hashtag that one. That's BS.
Line her up.
Oh, here we go. Anyway, so when we come back, we're going to look at tomorrow's matchups, some other good matchups coming up, and then look at the question bag, sort of. Anyway, all right, see you on the other side. And we're back on the other side of Going Corn with our special guest still, Jim Tucker. So we're going to jump in and look at tomorrow's matchups, and Jim Tucker is going to start us off.
Yeah. So we've got the Noble Narwhals squaring off against the Valiant Vultures on Harambe.
Get out the brooms. Get out the brooms.
Yeah, okay.
Here's my first take of the week. Narwhal sweep. Narwhal sweep. Do you want to know why?
Sure.
I'm listening.
Because the Vultures are dead. DED. They're dead. Greg destroyed them. And Chris Deal is going to make Quinn Kalkesi regret keeping Garrett Lytle over him. That's why. He's going to come out with a vengeance. He's going to be piping the zone. And they're going to get to Quinn, and they're going to get to Ethan Beasehold. Narwhal sweep. They're going to get 2 wins. They're going to be 1 game behind the 7th spot. And they're going to be right back into the playoff hunt. That's a take.
And that's going to knock the Vultures down to 7-7 if that does come to fruition.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't think that's going to do much though with the playoff standings. I think they've already secured a spot, even if we do sweep them. But so the matchup here is Chris Steele, Zach Heist, Justin Deckinga, and myself versus blank, 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 and blank. The lineup is still not set.
You gotta understand, blank's been having a good year, almost as if it's they're dead, not there. So yeah, bold strategy with the lineup here. Yeah, I mean, after playing the Narwhals, I predict a split at least. The Narwhals will win a game tomorrow. I will not. If the Narwhals don't win a game, I'll give up my spot at Nationals.
Get out of here! Shut up! Stop putting this pressure on me.
I'm saying this, and I'm claiming this is the week that you silence all the burner accounts. This is the burner account silence week, confirmed. This is the week, and it's going to be deathly depressing to all those who started them when the Narwhals come out with 2 wins. Confirm it.
Yeah. Greg, what are your thoughts on the series?
Split.
Okay, there we go.
Why? Why not sweep? Why not go into this week with BDE? No reason not to.
I'm 0-12. I've told you I can't predict a sweep until I win some games. So.
No.
I have
because
faith.
That's a losing mentality.
Why? Because then I get more shit from other people saying, "Oh, well, you predicted a sweep. Oh, you talking shit about our team." So there you go. All right. So next matchup, Sluggers Badgers on Wrigley. No Eric and no Jason Hilligans this week.
Sluggers Badgers.
Yep. Sluggers
Wow.
Badgers.
It's gonna be Hayworth, Tony Lucido, Colin Lautenbach, and Alex Clark versus Tucker's face is in the way. Cam Verlon, Jared, Sam, and Elijah. I am going to say that the Badgers lose 2. I still think.
Wow.
Really?
They're just not playing well, and the Sluggers are a good team. I just faced them. Hayworth is a $50 player. Hayworth. Tony Lucido is a $40 player after last week. And the dude can hit. And they're all, he's a lefty too, so we had all 4 lefties. It comes down to Alex Clark and Elijah, that matchup. And, no Marty again this week, or this game. So are they going to put up enough to be able to score enough runs off of these guys? I don't know. So I'm going to predict a sweep for the Sluggers.
Go ahead, Tuck.
I'm going to second that.
Mm-hmm.
When you look and match up 1 through 4, I think the Sluggers, even without Eric, have a little bit more depth. So, that's how I feel too.
Yeah, if you look at the 3 matchup, Colin versus Sam, which one are you taking there? I mean,
well, it depends on the context. If we're looking for a good guy, Sam is a great person.
Oh yes, I love Sam. Don't get me wrong, I love Sam to death. I mean, I hated having to drop him, but
until the end of the season, when Jared decides that he's actually a $25 player, I'm going to continue to predict a breakout week for my brother. And this will be that week. I'm going to say Badgers split, if not sweep. They get to Alex Clark. Elijah decides to pitch the wiffle ball the way he knows how to. And my brother decides to put up a 6 home run week. Badgers split.
Who wins if the wind's blowing out?
The Sluggers.
Okay. They're playing on Wrigley, historically a blowing out field.
Let's hope it's blowing out to Harambe this week. That'd be great for the corn shed.
It was rough last week or last Monday.
Last 3 days ago.
Last few days ago. Yes. The next matchup we have on PNC Park, we've got the Corn Bombers squaring off against the Rappin' Squirtles. So on this one, I'm gonna predict a split here between the Bombers and the Turtles.
Matchups are Brett Detmar, Jake Van Vuren, CVG, and Chandler Kimmel. No Shaft this week against Robbie, Tyler Van Kyken, Tim, and Matt at the 4 spot.
Matt at the 4 spot.
Matt had to pitch 3 innings, I guess, and he said his arm was really hurting.
Might as well play BDE Brantley.
So I think in this scenario, if anything, if I'm leaning towards a sweep one way or the other, I'm gonna lean towards the Turtles sweeping. But I feel really good about a split here.
You do?
I do.
Yeah. The Bombers have been pitching the ball well, though. That's what makes me like. Because even in our game, we went into that game in extras, and it went long, and it was difficult, and we couldn't hit well. Kyle Schaff's been throwing excellent, and I mean,
Kyle Schaff's not playing.
Kyle Schaff is not playing.
That changes things.
It's Brett, Jake Van Buren, Carter, and Chandler Kimmel.
Oh. No,
yes.
Turtle sweep. Yes.
I agree. Turtle sweep. Sorry.
Yeah, good call.
I think they're just catching them at the right time there. Because with Kyle, I would say split. Huh?
What does that move the Turtles to if they split?
If they split.
If they sweep, they'd be 9-5. If they split, they'd be 8-6. They're 7-5 right now. So
I'm telling you, the commissioner's been playing loose.
Wow.
Doesn't have to carry the burden of managing a team. He shows up. He's a 3. Brings the BDE he gets from his son, and he's off to the races.
Game on PNC Park. That could make a little bit of a difference, but all right. So those are our picks for the Turtles.
So we took sweep, right? For that was.
I think that was the majority was sweep. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Me and you said sweep, so that's a majority. Tuck said split.
I said I lean towards a turtle sweep too, so 2.5 sweeps.
2.5. So next one is Minute Maid Park. We got the Sliders and Bashers. Sliders are rolling out with Alec Gerlach, Brian Travis, Moselle, and it says I think it's Zach Turbin. It says Zach Heiss, and I'm like, that's not.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Zach Turbin?
Yeah, Zach Turbin.
Thought it was
versus
Turpin.
Grant, Kyle Reinhout, Tyler Walk, and Chris Superfan.
Kutavis.
Oh, Jesus.
You can give your predictions. I'm not making any more predictions about the Bashers, so go ahead.
Can you even? Is there even like a winner from this series? I don't know if you can even say. I think the Sliders will sweep. I mean, I think the only thing that you can really predict is how many burner accounts are going to come from this game. So many will be created after. But it's just like, this isn't going to be competitive wiffle ball. What do you see?
Tuck, I already said I'm not saying anything about the Bashers, so go ahead.
Yeah, T-Walk's been playing all rightish lately. So there's slider sweep.
Okay. Moving on to the Barnstormers and Maniacs on Fenway. We got Gags, similar. Feldy at number 3. So Gags, Tuck, Feldy, and Warner versus Vince, Kevin, Jack is back today, and John Edingenberg at the 4. Tough matchup.
The manager's feeling good. The old arm's feeling trusty, eh?
Yeah, when you show up to Griffle Ball once out of every 6 weeks, allows you to get some freshness in the arm. Feldy has to show up a little bit early and scrape his knee off of the post of the strike zone from last Monday's game at the Corn Shed. Hopefully, and we put him third, so hopefully he'll be able to patch that knee up before he hits the old strip of turf and slings the pearl across the way. But yeah, really looking forward to this matchup. We got a good team. I'm going to say sweep for myself, just because I'm the manager, and if I say split, I feel like a coward in this circumstance. But really looking forward to playing a good team, and we'll see how it goes. I have yet to play on Fenway this year, if I'm correct.
Wow.
I haven't. I know I haven't. They might have in the first 2 weeks when I was managing from Couts.
From the Mustangs.
Yes.
I mean, it's two responses. First, I always thought Rat managed your innings well, so I don't know where the complaint's coming from there.
He did like the first 7 years I was in the league. he actually did.
And then he was like, "Well, you're all we got, bud."
Yeah, I knew I was good for 3 innings a week the first seven years, and then no Gallagher and a Rat with a dumb thumb from dropping an oxygen tank on it, and
things change.
I did not have to have surgery, so we'll take that.
Can I get a lineup repeat? So I know the Barnstormers. The Maniacs are rolling with what?
What?
What are the Maniacs rolling with again?
Vince, Kevin, Jack, John. Their full lineup.
This is going to be a good series. I think this is the Stormers' first real test. I think this won't be the toughest one they'll face. But they'll see legit pitching for the first time, 1 through 4. They'll see 1 through 4 guys that can put it over the fence. And the Maniacs will see probably the first team that could go 1 through 4 without throwing a slow pitch count, theoretically. So I really like this series. I wish I could actually watch it and not play. I would actually watch this wiffle ball series. I don't say that about many games. Can I give a criteria to make my prediction, or do I just have to make it blindly?
Just make it.
Just make it? Okay, if you're going to force me to just make it, I'm going to say split. Because if I think the wind's blowing out, I think the Maniacs win. And I think if the wind's blowing in, the Barnstormers win. So I'm going to say split, and I'm going to cut the difference.
I'm going to stick with my power rankings and say Barnstormers sweep. Still think they're the number 1 team on my rankings throughout the year, so I'm going to stay with that. Well, on my preseason and my midseason rankings, I had them 1, so they have not proved me wrong otherwise. They lost a close game to the Turtles, but anyway, I just think you're right about the pitching. When I face the Barnstormers, all those guys, including Tuck, can throw strikes. They're not going to throw slow pitch counts, and that's what I mean. And they throw it well enough. Like so when we face them, the problem was some of our guys, they don't throw like good, like fast pitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the Barnstormers do that, and like Jack was living off of that. So like if you can throw him strikes early, and also just not right over the middle of the plate, you're gonna be fine. And then it's just a matter of if the rest of those guys can string it together.
The reason I say it's a potential sweep for the Maniacs if the wind's blowing out is that the Maniacs, in my opinion, are one of the only teams in the league that 1 through 4 can put the ball over the fence if the wind is fair weather, right? Like my whole team can't do that consistently. I don't think the Crocs can consistently if they have to play with Micah. But the Maniacs with Kevin, Jack, John, and who else? Their fourth again?
John, Jack, Kevin,
Vince.
and Vince.
Vince. All 4 of them have the ability to be double-digit home run guys, if not 15 plus. So that's where I think it's very unfavorable to play them with the wind blowing out. But because their swings are that way, they also struggle with the wind blowing in, and with the Barnstormers being as pitching dominant, I could see it being a sweep the other direction. So, yeah.
So yeah,
When
I mean,
the Leroy win's going to play a big factor next week.
so Tuck, why don't you go ahead and preview the last matchup, probably the matchup of the week.
Yeah, if you got to circle one on the calendar, I'd circle this one. We've got the Clay Street Crocs squaring off against the Lake County Liners on the Corn Shed. Looking forward to that one. In regards to lineups, we've got the Liners will have Caleb Yonkman, Jeff Borkowski, Rob Warren, and Cole Felde.
The lowest salary player in the league history.
Yeah, but the Caleb effect, though. And then the Crocs will be rolling with Buzz, Vogus, Smits, and Matthew Kuna. Keuna.
Keuna?
Yes.
Keuna.
Yeah.
Kana. Kane.
Kuna.
So, Tuck, your thoughts first.
Yeah, kind of like we touched on earlier. I mean, the Crocs bring in Kuna the Kermit to reinforce the second half of this death week, and yeah, he's potent. We'll see if he can keep the straight ball going. He throws hard, so we'll see if he can dial it in. It's on the Corn Shed. It could help or could hurt with the wind. As it was Monday, he would be okay, but yeah, I don't think Caleb's going to get swept, so I predict a split. The Liners will lose their first game of the season on the Corn Shed, and no one will see it.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to go against the Liners. I mean, 12-0, you can't really go against, but I will say split as well. I just don't know.
You are going to go against.
Well, I'm saying for sweep.
Oh, gotcha.
I would have said sweep just because of Cole and the hitters. I think they can get off on Rob, but Rob's been playing really, really well. So I mean, that's what I'm saying is I can't say my team sweeps. So I can't say my team sweeps because of the way we're at right now, and I can't say you guys get swept because of you guys being 12-0. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Is just yeah. So I'll say split. I mean, the Crocs are just a really good team. Vogus is having a really great year. Jackson's still up there. Josh Smits is playing really well too. Has a number 3. He's like $35, $36, something like that. And then we'll just see how Kuna does. But we all know Kuna here. I don't know if the viewers know him. He's a GBL Hall of Fame person, but so we'll see if the talent can carry over.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things. Kuna's got a high floor and a low ceiling. He could blow it up and blow the doors off, and that's why I say split, because I think you give him the one game to get his feet wet, that first inning, kind of trying to dial it in, and then in that second game maybe they hit their stride. So we'll see.
Cool. And Caleb, your thoughts? I'm guessing you say sweep for yourself.
If the Crocs throw me more than 5 slow pitch counts, Liner sweep.
Is that between the two games or in one game?
Between the two.
Okay. Noted.
So, yeah. Well, any other thoughts? How about a player to watch for this tomorrow in this series?
Rob Warren,
yeah. I think that's a good pick.
I mean, I think that's every week for the Liners. When Rob throws zeros, we usually win games. So
I'm going to pick Cole Felde.
Yeah.
And as a 4, again, salary's not going his way right now. But Caleb might have a few minutes here or there to chip in and help out. And if Cole can hold him to 2 runs or less, I think that's a win given his current salary. But yeah,
I'll say this: I've had less athletic people do more, so that's what I'll
oh
say.
yeah, he's an athlete, no doubt.
I'm gonna say my player to watch is gonna be Alec Gerlach this week. He
Oh.
kind of had a pretty good week pretty good day on. I keep saying week because it feels like we should be saying that, but we're playing twice in 1 week. But I think him playing so well on Monday is gonna help in getting to play the Bashers. It could be a good week for him, and I think that could help them to win the series. But like I said, I'm not predicting anything, so I'm just
Do I
saying.
get 2 players?
You can, I guess.
Jared Youngman. He's got to break out if he wants any type of a chance.
Is this a make or break week for the Badgers? If they go to 3-11, do you mail it in?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he'd mail it in.
I would nope. Your board, you grab your boarding pass, you throw it onto luggage, and you call it a year. If you're 3-11 as a Badger, say fuck it, I'm gonna tank. Absolutely.
I mean, their schedule is pretty good the rest of the way, though, even if they do lose a sweep tomorrow. I mean, they've got the Turtles next Wednesday. Then they've got the Bombers, and they still have the Bashers and the Crocs on the schedule. So they've got some games there that they can win. I mean, I don't think if they get swept, obviously they're very they're not getting near that out of that death bracket, but
on life support. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
you have to hope
you
that the
can
Vultures
win.
continue to be booty.
Yeah, that's what I would say is then. But anyway, so those are players to watch along with all the matchups. We'll get into whatever question bag I feel like doing today because I don't feel like doing the whole thing. So anyway, Ryan Vogus tags going corner and says question bag ? Yes, Ryan Vogus, we're doing it right now. Next up, will the Badgers get their act together? We just talked about that. Will they get their act together? We already predicted that. So, how was your day today, guys? Jared asks. How was everyone's day?
I caught a shiny Kyogre, so
That was a good day for you.
Wrapped up our last day of our summer camp at Couts and finished the floor upstairs. The dogs hate it. So
how did the kids like the camp?
Oh man, I don't really care. We got over $2,000 in our account, so
There you go.
see you next year, boys.
Making paper.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Let's get this bread.
Had about 50, just under 60 kids there. So for little old Couts, we had a good turnout. So
Yeah, that's great, man. That's awesome.
Go Mustangs.
Hey,
Oh, I saw another creation from Endless Entertainment on.
what did you think?
That I like that design.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the narwhals design, but we'll see how when they come in.
Feels like their yellow, the yellow on the new jerseys was a little more distinct on your new set.
Wait, my jerseys?
Yeah, the one from Endless, the new set compared to the jerseys you already have.
Yeah, they used this really dark blue, and I asked them to lighten it up, but I guess they didn't. But
they said, "Okay, Greg," and they're putting up their middle fingers. They're running the screens. Got it.
And they gave me free shipping, so they're gonna ship it to my house for free. But
I drove to DeMont this morning to pick mine up, so there's that.
Yeah, I know. I told them I would just come out there, but they're like, "Well, we'll just give you free shipping because of this delay or something."
I pulled him out of the back seat of a van, so saw nobody except a chicken roaming the grounds. So wild, uncaged, uncouth.
So is this place like a store, or is it just somebody's house?
No, it's a house with like 11 people that live in it. It's the entertainment is endless.
Anyway, Can I get some pointers on how to get out of my slump, Jared Youngman asks.
Swing harder.
Don't swing at bad pitches.
Yeah.
I watched him play in GBL this week, and I was watching on the feed, and he was swinging at some bad pitches, and I was just like, damn it. You need to just swing at pitches that are actually going to hit the zone. But I think he's just off balance, too, a little bit, but... Ryan Vogus asks, can the Barnstormers recover from their first loss of the season? I think so. I predicted this week.
We didn't get murdered. Oh, well, Feldy almost did, but
almost decapitated.
I mean, we're good. We'll see.
Did he sign a waiver?
Hashtag. Yeah. Did he sign the waiver? Running joke. We used to have a waiver that was off Google Images, so
non-legally binding. Although we claimed it was.
Yep. And so nothing's happened yet, so knock on wood for that. Well, Caleb and I break each other's no home run streak tomorrow. So currently, Ryan Vogus and Caleb Youngman both have not given up a home run this year. Will that change?
For Caleb, no. If the wind is anything close to what it was on Monday on the corn shed, he will not give up another ding dong. Vogus is playing where?
The corn shed against me.
They're playing.
Oh yeah, no homers. No homers.
No homers. Okay, so yeah, nobody's breaking that streak. I kind of have to agree. Are the backdoor sliders poised to make a run? Jordan Moselle asks. No.
If the sliders want any kind of a chance, they need to sign Brantley at this point. It's going downhill real quick.
They did split again, though. Okay. The Bombers and the Sliders are kings of split right now. Splitsville.
Split City, yeah.
Banana split.
Jackson Bazia asks, I've been looking through the stats. How does Vogus have a higher salary than I do? Might break up the Crocs. Interesting.
Feel free to talk to the liners.
I
break up right before they play.
That would be funny. But yeah, the stats don't lie though. They're not opinionated, so
yeah.
I think care about feelings.
Yeah. They don't. They sure don't.
I don't know exactly what the stats are, but you'd have to assume that. I think the problem is that there has to be some, and it's like 40 cents. I think there's some category that like Ryan must be leading in because it goes by every single category, gives you salary. It's like you get a certain amount of salary for singles and doubles.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So
Jackson has 19 singles, 3 doubles, and 9 home runs. Okay. Let's see if Vogus has anything different.
Well, Vogus does lead the headband category, 1-0. So
sure.
that could be it.
That could be it.
Yeah.
17 singles, 5 doubles, and 8 home runs. Oof. And 8 less RBIs. Huh, this is interesting.
Pitching wise,
let's see the pitching
category between the two.
So Ryan Vogus has a 2.2 ERA or 2.82 ERA with 32 strikeouts. 2.82 and what did I say? 32 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And then, oh wait, what am I doing? What? I'm an idiot. Wow. I've been going back and forth on individual stats when I could just look at it right here. Oh, and Jackson has a 1.76 ERA with more wins, same amount of saves, and more strikeouts. So, yeah, I have zero idea how he has more.
I have zero
Ryan
clue.
has more runs than Jackson. Ryan has 1 less hit.
Neither are leading any hitting category, so that we know.
They both have the same amount of strikeouts at the plate. This is just
A potential recent rationale. Who has more at bats?
Two by Jackson Bazia.
That may play a role.
He has a higher average though.
This is not my podcast. I'm going on mute.
Jackson has a point then. Shit, I don't know. Damn. I don't know how that's...
Yeah, this is bullshit. Tim, why the fuck do you keep adding salary to me? I'm not going to be able to draft a team next year.
Don't worry, you'll draft, what's it?
Well,
Micah Hilligans, Nick Bray, and, Luke Hilligans?
Ian Garavaglia, Cole
I won't
Feldy.
even be able to draft all three of them. I'm $75.
Well, I'm 11, so I'll be able to draft a super team. So
Well, Cole. Okay, so Cole gets you $6. Ian, that's 19, 25. You can get another $20 player.
no,
I'm going to have to take Carl
oh,
Coffey.
that's true. So that'd be $46 for 3 players. Yikes!
That's such bullshit.
Well, I know a couple games that you can, mail it in on if you want to lower that salary.
Yeah, and lose by 40?
I don't know if we put up 40 runs all year there, but
Tuck, you understand, right, that I have more home runs than 7 teams in the league combined.
Good
okay. Noted.
There are 7 teams in the league combined for 4 players that have not hit more home runs than me individually.
How many home runs do you have?
34.
Yeah, I think we're one of those teams.
The same also goes for RBI. I have 60. Actually, no, it's 65.
Well, have fun next year, Caleb.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
If I
Too
don't
bad.
If I
Too
don't win
bad
the
for the
title this
Liners.
year-
Yeah, so bad. Yeah, sorry.
If I don't win the title this year, this might be the most depressing thing known to man.
It's going to be like the 2016 Liners or 17 Liners.
Which is still in protest. So that series is still in protest.
No. It's not in protest. You lost.
No, it's in protest. Oh, is that a Hinge notification? Yeah, it is.
Anyway. Well,
Right.
any other thoughts, Mr. Tucker? Coach?
No, I got nothing. I know Caleb's got a few thoughts, but thank you guys for having me on the podcast, and looking forward to the rest of the year here. That's about it.
Yeah, hopefully we can maybe have you on again at some point. That'd be great. We're getting all the podcast people, all the OTSM podcast people on the pod.
Well, we
Oh,
are
yeah.
sponsors of the Overtime Sports Network, so.
Yeah, is that even mentioned anymore? Does anyone listen to make sure it's even being said?
Listen to
every week.
Does Wheelhouse exist? That's
a great question. You have one guy that works Friday to Monday, and the other guy that works Monday through Friday. I'm gonna start recording some solo stuff. Greg might be calling in a favor.
You betcha.
So.
You know who's available all summer.
Dude, that actually might be a thing. I might have to get the intro redone because Q Backy and Rata are
Tough.
MIA. I actually emoji? I texted our group chat today to figure out when we were gonna. I texted about 2:00. No response. So.
It's dead. DED.
Oh,
yes.
I mean, no offense to anyone, but gotta look at who you're putting on the pod there.
But they're like Rat's not bad though.
No, I'm talking about reliability of texting back.
Oh yeah. Mikey's actually been he's actually pretty good at that, but we have a good podcast when we can get it out.
True.
Yeah. I think I've listened to like 30 minutes of one.
In the middle of baseball season, and we're dropping a podcast every 6 weeks. Huh?
That's
Not good.
That's
But-
wheelhouse
But I'm dropping videos on YouTube weekly, so we got that going.
of your cards.
Yeah. Been a money
I think
pit.
if you transition to a podcast focused on burner accounts, you could get some serious viewership. So
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it from the Going Corn conglomerate today. So for Jim Tucker, and Caleb Youngman, this has been Going Corn.
see ya.